by four-time All-American April Burkholder. LSU has traveled tonight to take on rival Alabama. The four-time NCAA champs are led by Ashley Miles, one of the most electrifying gymnasts in NCAA history. She'll inspire her teammates. She can score a perfect 10. Alabama is always tough to beat at home, especially in front of nearly 10,000 raging fans. They'll have to be nearly perfect tonight to fend off LSU. SEC Conference Gymnastics action coming up next on ESPN2. Tuscaloosa tonight for SEC Conference Gymnastics action. Welcome to the Coleman Coliseum as the host, Alabama Crimson Tide, number 4 ranked in the country, plays host to LSU Tigers, number 8. Hi everyone, I'm Bart Cotter, and welcome inside the fantastic Coleman Coliseum. You want to know how big gymnastics is down here in the SEC? Well, take a look at today's sports page. It's not basketball on the top of the page, it's women's gymnastics. Many of the local publications feature stories about David and Sarah Patterson, the head coaches here at Alabama. And look at this. Their press guide looks like a popular rock and roll magazine. These young ladies are rock and roll stars, and they are ready to rock tonight. I'm joined by my fellow Olympian, Kathy Johnson-Clark. Kathy, let's talk about this rivalry and this excitement between LSU and Alabama tonight.
That is the most significant thing here, this ever-increasing competition and rivalry within this conference. And last year's NCAA championships magnified it exponentially. 3 of the SEC teams made it to the Super 6 finals, and LSU, the 4th team, just a hair's width away from making the finals. They're going to push each other even harder this year.
Well, let's talk about our host tonight. Alabama has a couple of big superstars.
They have a unique combination in their 2 headliners. Ashley Miles and Karen Humphrey could not be more different. Ashley Miles is dynamic, strong, powerful, and is a strong leader for this Alabama team. And Karen Humphrey, fresh off the Olympic Games in Athens, 2 silver medals to her credit. And once she eases into college gymnastics, this is going to be a pretty amazing 1-2 punch for Alabama.
Now, LSU has a superstar in April Burkholder.
Oh, absolutely. And she had a phenomenal year last year. As a sophomore, she earned 4 All-America honors and was second all-around at the NCAA championship. She provides a lot of strong leadership for this team as well, and she's really pumped to build on what she did last year and help LSU get to the finals.
Now, before tonight's competition, we talked to head coach Dee Bro of the LSU Tigers about this intense rivalry and how important this meet is to LSU.
I think anytime you take on an SEC school, it has a tremendous amount of rivalry to it, but the tradition of rivalry between LSU and Alabama is intense, and it's across the board. But I think in gymnastics it's particularly intense because although Alabama has a longer winning record against us, we have a record of upset victories, and I think that this is a very strong LSU gymnastics team. What we do tonight may not be our best performance, but it is certainly our goal to go out and give them the best meet we can possibly give them tonight.
All right, let's take a look at the NCAA rankings. There are the top 10 based on the high recorded scores so far this year. As the season progresses, the rankings are based on average scores. You see Utah and UCLA the top 2, Alabama 4th, LSU 8th. University of Alabama will open up the competition on the vault as this enormous crowd files in to cheer on the Crimson Tide. There are the 6 young ladies that will compete on the vault. 6 perform. The top 5 scores count towards their team total. Simultaneously on the uneven bars, LSU will be there. There is their lineup of 6 athletes. They will go back and forth from vault to bars and back and forth all night long, keeping this competition tight. A huge crowd on hand as we get ready for the first performer. On the vault now for Alabama. This is Shannon Hrozek. Outstanding athlete, originally out of Woodlands, Texas. He's a senior. 3-time Scholastic All-America as well. As a fine gymnast, Kathy.
And they have such amazing support from their fans. Everything they do in the warm-ups, they are cheered loudly. Who couldn't stick their vault to them? Yurchenko laid out in full twist. A very common vault we see a lot in collegiate gymnastics. It scored from a 10.0. Came up with a very solid landing, just a little step back. Now we're going to see vaults that go higher. They'll be bigger, more dynamic vaults.
And we mentioned action going on simultaneously. Kelly Leah, the junior for LSU, their first performer on the bars.
Team competitions are so exciting. It's like head-to-head, one right after the other. You can really compare the teams and build on each other's performances. They can psych each other up.
Kathy, how important is that first person out?
I can't even tell you how important. I mean, everybody knows baseball. The leadoff batter, his job is get on base, and then others will build on that and hit them in. They're all equally important, because it really sets the pace.
Over the vault, Dana Pierce. By the way, the score for Shannon Hrozek, a 9.825, the first vaulter from Alabama. Now the junior, Dana Pierce.
Flight onto the horse. You can see her arms slightly bent. Really hard to get up and off of the horse. The table, excuse me, I can't get used to calling it the table. Arms are bent, showing her age. And a big step off to the side. There will be several deductions in that vault.
Dynamic, explosive Ashley Miles. More gymnastics coming up on ESPN2. Tonight's SEC Gymnastics on ESPN2 is brought to you by Coca-Cola C2. Half the carbs, half the cals, all the great taste.